Oh, man, welcome back, everyone. It's your boy Ray Banzy. Ray Banzy back at it in another video. And, today's video, y'all, I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to talk about is going within yourself to find yourself. But, like I said, as I'm about to start this video, peep the fit, though, you feel me? Got the little polo, little Boston hat, and I got some gray shorts on there and shit. But, fly. But back I was saying, this video, like I said, what I'm about to talk about is going within yourself to find yourself. And I just want to talk about this topic in this video because I feel like that a lot of people in today's time, they don't even know what they are. They don't even know what they want to do in life, and most of all, they haven't found themselves yet. And it's kind of challenging at this very time, at this very moment right now, what's been going on in this world, because look around us, man. The world is just in chaos, just a lot of bad energies going on, a lot of negativity, especially with the news, especially what's going on with your life. If you got problems back at home with your family, a lot of stress, a lot of hardships, a lot of tears coming out of your eyes. So that's why I'm dropping this video today, because this is, it's a lot of stuff going, a lot of bad stuff going on. And, at this time, I feel like, I just had to drop this video because, like I said, in order to live a life in peacefulness, in order to live a life in harmony, you have to go within yourself to find yourself. So, like I said, let me get started with this video though about this topic. So, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? By going within yourself to find yourself. And what I mean by that is, like I said, you gotta really sit down with yourself and ask yourself these questions, like, what is my purpose? What do I want to do in this life? Why do I keep on thinking like this? Why do I feel like this? But most of all, who am I? What am I? What do I want to bring to the table of life? How am I going to overcome this? You gotta ask yourself these questions, y'all, because like I said before in my previous videos, nobody is not gonna come here and save you. Most of all, nobody's gonna save this mental mindset that you got. You have to change this. You got to change that mindset of yours, the mentality of consciousness that you have. And it's like I said, by asking yourself these questions, it's going to be uncomfortable, you feel me? Because you may not know the answers to those questions I just said right now, but you have to keep on asking yourself these questions every single day. Shit, at least once a week, because that's how you find yourself. You find yourself by going within yourself. So with that being said too, ask yourself those questions, you feel me? And you can ask those questions to someone else, someone else that you could trust, like if it's your mom, if it's your friend, if it's, it could be a random person, but like, don't be asking everyone, you feel me? Because not everyone don't give a fuck about you. excuse my language, but ain't nobody, like I said, you can't be asking everyone, because like I said, not everyone's gonna look at you like, what the fuck, like look at you weird or something. But don't worry about that. It's like I said, just tell the people, like I said, trust that individual that you could talk to and ask them those questions I just said earlier. If you can't, like I said, if you need more guidance. But for me though, I'm gonna be honest though, I'm gonna use me for example. When I was at my lowest point, when I couldn't find myself, or when I was lost, those questions I came across with, I asked myself that, and I asked God. Because I'm gonna be so real with you, y'all. Once you go within yourself and find yourself, that's when you find yourself again. And most of all, that's why you find the universe and God. You know, God and universe, the Allah, the source to all, how you want to call the higher power is, the higher power, it's always with you. Always with you and is within you. And best believe, man, that God and universe will, the God of the universe, the spirit will always guide you and assist you. I kid you not, y'all. I kid you not. I believe, I'm gonna say this. I believe when a individual is at their lowest point in life, at rock bottom, I believe that that individual, that person, will find themselves again and find God. Because I'm gonna use me for example. I was at my lowest point in my life. I was at my rock bottom 2 years ago, year ago, and I was lost in my head. You feel me? My mind was so scattered. I had so much mental problems. I'm gonna be so honest. Like, mental health really doesn't matter. But back I was saying, I had so many like those thoughts, man. Like, people want to call it demons. People want to call them bad energy, negative entities. I'm gonna keep it so real. Like, not to sound weird or anything, but I heard those thoughts. I heard those thoughts telling me some bad things to do to myself. You feel me? That shit is real. You feel me? And I really understand. Like I said, like when it came to those thoughts, man, it was so like heartbreaking for me, because it's just like, damn, I didn't want to do something to me that I would regret for myself, and most of all for my family, if you know what I'm talking about. And it's like I said, like, no one should be living a prisoner to their own mind, because that's not a way of living. It's not. Like, it's not a way of living, of being prisoner to your own mind with those bad energy thoughts that's going across your head. You feel me? And I truly understand when someone's going through that, their lowest point, when someone just feels like living life is just boring, like living life is just not worth it anymore. And believe me, I'm gonna be a skipper so real. I was once in your position, once in your shoes, because at one point, man, I just wanted to stop living. Keep it so real, y'all. I'm gonna keep it so real. At one point in my life, 2 years ago, a year ago, I just, in my head and to myself, I even said to myself that I don't want to live no more. I didn't want to live no more. And then that shit, me saying that shit before, it's just like, damn, like, living a life is pointless. But it's not no more. It's not. Why I say that? Because I had to go within myself to find myself again. And I found God. I truly did found God, the universe, within me. I am the I am. So it's like I said, if you're going through if you're going through your hardships right now, do you feel like right now you just don't know who you are? Man, my friend, it's okay. Don't be so hard on yourself. And it's like I said again, just go within yourself. Go within yourself. You're going to have to let go from people, bro. You're going to have to let go from addictions, man. You're going to have to let go from those bad habits that you've been doing. Because if you keep on doing the addictions that you got, if you keep on living a life where you're just in a low frequency, if you keep living a life in negativity, you're going to keep having those reoccurring thoughts that's in your head over and over again. You keep on making the same mistakes over and over again, because you haven't learned your lesson. You feel me? You haven't even changed your ways. You have to change your ways to find yourself again. You have to change your ways to evolve. Change your ways for the better. You have to change yourself. And by changing yourself, you have to go within yourself. That's the only way you live a life in harmony. That's the only way you live in life in peace. Peace. But most of all, that's the only way you live a life in happiness. Happiness. By going within yourself, my friend. Sit down with yourself. Stop playing with yourself. Stop lying to yourself. You feel me? Nigga, stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself, saying that everything's okay with you, that you know yourself, or that everything's okay. If it's not okay, then say that shit out loud. If you're not happy, then you have to go find happiness within yourself. You cannot find happiness, and you can't find yourself from external things, from people. You find yourself and you find your happiness within yourself. That's the only way. Stop playing with yourself, man. I feel like people just be lying too much, you feel me? A lot of people be lying about, I'm okay. You know, like, like a lot of people be lying to themselves and just basically just contradicting themselves about things that they want to do things that they need to do to do better at, but just keep on lying to themselves and just lying that they're okay or they're happy. I be feeling like me, like I said, not to sound weird, crazy, anything like that, but I be feeling people's energy. And then when I be having this conversation with someone, they start crying, tears. Because I know with them, I be feeling people's energy, man. But we live, man, I'm gonna say this, like getting off topic, but we live in the spiritual world. What I mean by that, man, we know this world that we live into is a materialistic world. And what I mean by that, materialistic, we know that, like, none of this stuff that I bring, this clothes, the jewelry, the money in my car, I don't bring none of this stuff with me. And it's like I said before, materialistic stuff can never fulfill your happiness. Materialistic stuff can never fill that void, that hole in your heart, because it can't, because we are not materialistic people. We're souls. We're spiritual beings having human experience. And it's like I said before, and I heard before that, like, none of this stuff can make you happy, man. I'm gonna use me for example. Like my car, the money I have in my bank account, the clothes, the jewelry, none of that shit don't make me happy. I don't care about none of that stuff. I truly don't. Because the most important thing to me that makes me happy and what I care about the most is finding my peace. It's finding my happiness. But most of all, is being able to breathe again. Because 2 years ago, I couldn't. 2 years ago, a year ago, I still got the money. I have the money, I have the jewelry, I have the clothes, my car. That shit didn't make me happy. I was losing myself. Like I said before, at one point, like I said, I didn't want to live life. Damn. At one point, I told myself, like I said before, or like I said earlier, that that life to me wasn't worth living no more. And that's scary, you feel me? That's very scary for me and for anyone that ever came across in that point in their head, like, damn, like, I don't want to live life no more. I mean, obviously now I don't think like that, but like, I do reminisce about those times at my lowest point in my life that I didn't want to live life in at one point. And that's just scary. That's just very scary because at that time, like I said, those thoughts that was just popping up, those thoughts that was popping up across my head all the time about, like just ending it all, this in my life. Oh my goodness, that shit, like that shit ain't no joke. You feel me? Like I said before, is just like I said, we live in the world, like I said, in spiritual world. So people call it demons, people call it bad entities, people call it bad energy entities, demons, bad thoughts. Man, that shit's real, bro. That shit's for real. Like, it's so much more in this world. It's so much, like how I said, this world is so much more than the physical world, man. We live in the spiritual world. But it's like I said again in this video, my bad, kind of getting off topic, is if you're having those moments of the times of your life that, like I say, you just don't feel like living no more, and like I say, those thoughts is coming across your head, you have to go within yourself, friend. You have to go within yourself. So sit down with yourself and just meditate. You feel me? Meditation helps you a lot on this quieting the mind. Because at the end of the day, those thoughts is just your mind trying to control you. But you have to quiet your mind. It's like you have to turn off your mind. And by doing that is by, taking walks and meditation. But for meditations, like I said, it's kind of a little bit more challenging because especially if you never even did meditating. But I'll say for sure, this meditating will help you a lot finding yourself again too as well. And we all know what meditation is, it's just sitting down or doing a pose, whatever. But I want to be honest, bro, you don't have to be doing a little pose and just doing all that shit, or excuse my language, but doing like a little pose and meditate. You could just sit down on a chair, closing your eyes and just quieting the mind. Yeah, if you meditate, I'm gonna tell you this: if you do meditate for the first time, whatever, you're going to notice all those thoughts like replaying in your head over and over again. But I'm gonna give y'all a tip. I'm gonna give y'all like a little tip on that. If you do meditate on this journey or meditate, just if a thought come across your head, just observe it. Just observe it. Just observe that thought that's come across your head. Believe me, you're going to have a lot of thoughts coming back and forth, left and right, going across your head of when you're meditating. But just observe it. It's like this analogy I'm about to say right now. It's like a cloud in the sky. When you see a cloud in the sky, just observe it. How I say this? Okay, a thought is like a cloud. When you see the cloud in a thought, just let it go by. Just simply observe it and let it go by. I guarantee you, man, it's gonna make you feel more better, and it's gonna make you feel more observer. You're gonna be more observer, be more the observer. You're observing your thoughts. But meditation is a little bit more challenging if you're going through your rock bottom right now, if you're going through a hard time. So I'll say another thing. It's like I said, taking walks, man. Like, I truly believe like taking walks will just make you feel more relief and just make you feel more at ease. And don't bring no music, don't bring nothing with you. Just take a walk, you feel me? Just walk around, like, well, shit, look at me, I'm walking around, you feel me? Like, I love it. And before, like I said, when I was at my lowest point, shit, it was challenging. Like, I was just be like this, you feel me? Like, hella madness shit, like, be crying my tears out, like, God, like, what's going on with me? All right, I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything like that, but it's true though. I'm gonna keep it real because, like I said, when I was at my lowest point, I was hella mad. I was like walking around and shit and just crying. But I really had to understand, like, be in pace with it. Walk with a pace. Observe my surroundings. Observe my thoughts. And once I started doing that, man, y'all, that's when I was, like I said again, that's when I was able to find myself again. And you can too. That's when, like I said, that's when When you go within yourself, you find yourself. And once you find yourself, that's when you find the most important thing, which is what, y'all? Is you, but God, the universe. Because by going within yourself, man, that's when you find the universe, God, that's always been with you and within you. And all the answers that you've been looking for has always been within you. It was just been hidden, erased from your consciousness, from your consciousness. It gets deep. It does get deep. But it's like I said in this video, y'all, go within yourself to find yourself. And it's gonna be challenging because it took me 2 years to find myself. It took me 2 years to find myself again. It took me 2 years to live in life in harmony, to be happy, It took me 2 years to fucking look at life and be like, man, life is worth living. Because it is. For me now it is. Because it's like I said, man, I look every day, I wake up man, I wake up like let's go get it, you feel me? Let me go. Shit, tractor behind there. My bad. But like I said, I wake up every day like, man, like life is worth living. Going out, waking up every day on what I need to do to get to my goals, you feel me? Waking up every day to what? To become the best version of myself. Because that's what because for me, that's what life is worth living for. To become the best version of myself. And to become the best version of myself, I have to go within myself. And that's what I had to do, man. And you could do the same thing too. It's by going within yourself to find yourself. And once you find yourself, that's when you find God. And God always been with you since the beginning of times. The universe, God, always been with you. And damn it, man, I'm gonna become the best version of myself. Fuck that, but I'm going to become the best version of myself, respectfully. Because I went through my trials, tribulations. I hit my rock bottom. I know how rock bottom feels. I know how, like I said, not living life feels. But I refuse to live like that. I refuse to think like that again. And I refuse to let my so-called obstacle, my situation, my problems bring me down. But most of all, those thoughts. Because those thoughts before that was trying to bring me down can never bring me down no more. It can never. People want to call it a devil. People want to call it bad energy. People want to call it demons. But nah, not no more. Because it's like I said, life is worth living. And damn it, I'm going to make a name for myself. Shit. Respectfully, and not to sound cocky, anything like that, but I ain't no average person. I'm far away from average. Not to sound cocky or anything like that, but like I say again, I'm not an average human being. And you are not too. You're not average. We're not average. We're not average people, man. We're more than this. We're more than this body, this physical form. I don't want to get too in deep with the spiritual stuff, but like I said, I'll probably make a video about that. But like I said, we're more than this body, man. But in order for me to understand what I am, or order for me to understand that how to overcome my problems, how to live not to be a prison to my mind, to myself, but most of all, to understand or to know that what I am, I had to go within myself, man. I had to really sit down with myself and ask myself those questions I said earlier. I had to really meditate. I had to let go from the addictions, from the bad habits I was making, from the materialistic things, from the people. I had to let go from everything, man, to become the person I am today. I'm gonna tell you this, man. Whoever watching, if you watching this to this end, I really appreciate you, but I'm gonna tell you this. It's gonna be worth it. You right here watching this video, man, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. You letting go from addictions. You letting go from people. You letting go from those bad habits and those bad thoughts. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it because you're going to find yourself. You're going to know who you are. Not who you are, but what you are. But most of all, you're going to find God. You're going to find God, the universe, Allah, the source, the all, however you want to call it. All different names, but same meaning. You're going to find it. And you find it by within you. You find God, the universe, by going within yourself. God's always with you and always within you. With you and within you. Luke chapter 17, verse 21. The kingdom of God's within you, man. So like I said, go within yourself to find yourself. And like I said, go out there, just strive to become the best version of yourself. Don't let these people bring you down, man. Don't let those thoughts bring you down. Don't let yourself bring yourself down. Don't let these addictions bring you down. It's time to face up. Face your fears, man. Face yourself. Stop running away from yourself because like I said in my previous videos, you can never run away from yourself, from your fears. No matter what. You could do all them drugs you want. You could get down, you could crack any girl, any guy all you want. You could go all to these parties all you want. Drink your problems all you want. But you can never run away from yourself. And that stuff will never fulfill your heart. So like I say again, man, go within yourself to find yourself again. You got it in you, man. And breathe. Enjoy this life. Enjoy this journey that we call life. This book called life, because you're the author of a book. You're the author. You're the creator. You're the creator of your book called life, man. So start doing what you want to do in this book called life, man. Anything's possible because, like I said, you're the author of your book. So start writing this book called life and write it however the fuck you want to write it. Because, like I said, you're the author of your book called life. If that makes sense, you feel me? You could do whatever you want to do, good or bad. But fuck it, man. For me, like I said, I'm gonna do what I need to do for my book called life and use it for the good. And use it for the good for what? To become the best version of myself, because that's the purpose of life, y'all, is to become the best version of myself, or to become the best version of yourself. And the best things I want to do to become the best version of myself is mental, physical, financially, and spiritually. In those 4 categories I said right now, I want to become the best version of myself. Mental, physical, what I say, financially, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. Those 4 categories for me is like the best I want to be at. So I'm going to strive to become the best version. I want to become the best version in those 4 categories: mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. And I'm going to get there, and you can too. But my bad, like I said, that's part of the end of the video, man. Ending the video, and this video a little bit long, but I had to make this video long, y'all, because this video is very deep. I think this video is very, very. Like I said, I had to make this video very deep because it's like I said, I know how it is to be when at your lowest point in life and rock bottom. That shit sucks, man. I would hate for anyone to go through what I had to go through when it came with those thoughts, and when it came to not want to live again, when it came to not want to be living, or when it came to not wanting to live. It's scary, man. I feel you, man. I do feel you if you're going through that shit right now. I truly do. I do truly feel you if you feel like right now you don't even know who you are, and that life right now just seems like hopeless. It seems not like this living, like not, you don't want to live. I feel that shit, man, because I was like that 2 years ago, a year ago. But it's like I said again, man, don't never give up on yourself. You have to go within yourself, young man, young girl, whoever watching this. You have to go within yourself to find yourself again. So it's like I say again, y'all, go within yourself. Take the time in your day where you ask yourself those questions I said earlier, and have that one-on-one talk with God, with the universe, and find that people, or find the people you could trust, you could have a conversation with, a deep level conversation, like what I'm talking about, what I'm talking about, and what I said earlier, about those questions. Because believe me, man, it's challenging in this world. I'm not gonna come up here and say this shit is easy, because it's not. It's challenging, but it's like I said again, go within yourself to find yourself. And I guarantee you, man, if you do that stuff, do the things I just told you about, you will find God that always been within you, man. That always been within you. And I wish nothing but the best for you on this journey called life. Life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So you go on your own pace, you go on your own race. You go on your own pace, and this is your own race. So if you have to take some time off social media or whatever, you have to you have to do the things you need to do, then do it. Do it. Because this is your life, you feel me? So with that being said, man, I wish nothing but the best for you on this journey. Keep your head up high, king/queen, if you're a female, if you're a guy, king and queen. But besides that, peace and love, peace and light, and I hope everyone has a blessed and positive day. Keep your head up high, like I said. Keep on striving to become the best version of yourself. Don't let anyone or anything bring you down, man. You have it in you. You have it in you to become the best version of yourself, man. So keep on going this journey, and let's go let's go, and let's ball out here. You feel me? But besides that, y'all, peace and love, peace and light. I hope this video give y'all some knowledge and some key points on what you need to do to find yourself again. And like I say again, I'm gonna say this shit. I'm gonna keep on saying this shit. By finding yourself again, you have to go within yourself to find yourself. And once you find yourself, that's when you find God that always been with you. That's when you find God again, by going within yourself. But peace and love, peace and light, everyone. I'm out. Peace.